rise and grind, sleep when you're dead. Nobody outworks me. We have become inundated with a philosophy that suggests unrelenting toil is not just necessary for survival, but a moral imperative. A pathway to salvation forged in unanswered emails, skipped meals, and the utter neglect of one's own sanity. But if you look back, humanity has spent thousands of years trying to avoid this kind of life. And yet, here we are in the 21st century with all our technology, begging to be exploited. Welcome back. I am the anti-motivational historian. Today, we aren't going to discuss how to optimize your morning routine for peak efficiency. We are going to discuss how you were gaslit into believing that optimizing yourself into a raw economic unit was a good idea. Today, we deconstruct the myth of hustle culture, or, as I like to call it, volunteering for your own misery. What is hustle culture? It isn't simply working hard. Peasants worked hard. Slaves worked hard. No, hustle culture is something far more insidious. It is performative work. It is the belief that your output is your character. It's the blurring of lines. Your hobby must become a side hustle. Your downtime must be productive rest. Even your sleep is tracked, quantified, and optimized, not so you can feel rested, but so you can be more effective tomorrow. The factory whistle used to blow and you went home. Now, the factory is in your pocket. The whistle never stops blowing. We tell ourselves this is ambition. We call it grinding. But let's be honest, it's just anxiety rebranded as a personality trait. We hustle because we are terrified that if we stop swimming for even a second, the economy will drown us. But how did we get here? Did we always love the whip? Hardly. If you want to blame someone, start with the Protestants of the 17th century. Max Weber called it the Protestant Work Ethic. Before this, work was just work. It sucked, you did it, you drank some ale, you died. But the Puritans? They decided that idle hands are the devil's workshop. They decoupled work from survival and attached it to morality. If you were rich, God loved you. If you were poor, well, clearly you weren't hustling hard enough for the Lord. Then came the 19th century, the Industrial Revolution. We traded the sun for the clock. For the first time in history, we sold our time, not our craft. The clock is a cruel master. It doesn't care if the harvest is done. It only cares that it is 9 a.m. The hustle was forced upon the working class by the threat of the workhouse and starvation. And to keep the workers from revolting, we invented the American dream, the Horatio Alger myth, the idea that with enough pluck, grit, and lack of sleep, anyone could become a Rockefeller. It was a lie then, and it is a lie now, but it was a useful lie. It turned systemic inequality into a personal failure. If you are tired, it's not because the system is crushing you, it's because you don't want it bad enough. Fast forward to the modern era. The 1980s gave us greed is good, but the 2010s gave us something worse. Burnout is heroic. We deified the tech founder. We worship stories of Elon Musk sleeping on the factory floor. We act as if destroying your body for a shareholder's quarterly report is the height of human evolution. And then the trap snapped shut with the gig economy. Corporations realized they didn't even need to employ you anymore. They stripped away your benefits, your security, and your guaranteed wage, and in exchange, they gave you a title, entrepreneur. You aren't a precarious delivery driver making less than minimum wage. No. You are the CEO of your own destiny. Hustle culture became the necessary marketing to get you to accept a bad deal. You have to hustle because there is no safety net to catch you. So why did we fall in love with the myth? Why do we post, "Thank God it's Monday"? Because it is the perfect system of control. It convinces the slave to hold their own whip. You don't need a foreman yelling at you to work harder if you feel immense, crushing guilt every time you sit on the couch to watch a movie. We have internalized the oppressor. We are running a race where the finish line keeps moving, and the prize is usually just a heart attack at 45. History teaches us one thing. The people who changed the world didn't do it by answering emails at 3 a.m. And the people who did work themselves to death. History doesn't remember their names. It only remembers the tycoons who profited from their labor. So do yourself a favor. Sleep in. Be mediocre today. The world will keep turning without your hustle. Class dismissed.